Hello, everybody.
Hello from cold Colorado Springs.
Cold Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
We are so glad to be here because you know what we're going to do today? Celebrate spenders. That's right. Spending comes in all shapes and forms, but there's some people, probably like you if you're listening, or maybe you're married to one, are actually wired to spend. Now, here's the neat thing about spenders. We are both primary spenders.
This is going to be a super easy topic for us to hit today.
Absolutely. You know, there's 5 money personalities. Everybody has 2 of the 5. And but this one particular money personality we are going to spend today, tomorrow, and the next day. And we're going to highlight and celebrate you. All right. So how do you know that you are a spender? And how do we know if it's wired into us? Well, first of all, you take the money personality assessment, figure it out.
It'll tell you really clearly.
It'll tell you really clearly.
And there's probably like at least 60% of the population either has a primary spender or at least a secondary spender.
I know, isn't that amazing?
So it's going to be, I mean, you've got a 60% chance of having it in your relationship is having a spender in your very close-knit family.
Absolutely. So here's the thing. Spenders love to spend money on themselves, but they're also super duper generous. I mean, most spenders...
Let's go over the 3 benefits of a spender.
Okay. And first of all, but before we do that, I just want to highlight too and say that spenders are people that you will kind of hear it when they're talking. You'll hear their spending. Like, for example, they don't mind spending money on nice coffee. They don't mind spending on quality. Spenders are really big on quality.
They like name brands.
They like name brands. Some other things that spenders really like are spenders don't like actually the word no. Have you ever noticed that? If you're a spender, you don't really like to be told no.
Especially if you're trying to spend.
Exactly. You don't like, and just no is just not a good word for a spender. So there are 3 actual benefits to being a spender, and we really want to celebrate those benefits today.
And I think part of the reason that we want to talk about the benefits of being a spender is often they're shamed. Often spenders are shamed for spending. Oh, you didn't get a good deal. Oh, you let money burn a hole in your pocket. And we hear these things as spenders over time, but you hardly ever hear anybody say being a spender is great. So that's what we want to do today is talk about, because we're going to be always talking through our money personalities. But what we find is that savers and security seekers are kind of socially stuck on these pedestals. And spenders and risk takers and flyers are shamed. Part of what we want to do today is talk about 3 benefits of being a spender or having a spender in your relationship.
Absolutely. All right, the first one, which we highlighted for just a minute, but super generous. Okay, you know those people that you, like, if you send an invite out for a party and you say no gifts, please, they still bring a gift? Yep, that's Scott.
Why would you have a party and not bring a gift?
That's exactly right. Why would you celebrate somebody's birthday and not bring a gift?
It's a birthday party.
Come on,
You're
we're
supposed to bring a gift.
Woohoo! Supposed to do that,
Absolutely.
you know? But that's how spenders think. That's how spenders just can't even imagine. I mean, even if it's just a card, they can't not do it. I have this really good girlfriend, and we go out for coffee every once in a while, and she always has to bring me a little gift. She actually calls it a happy, which is so fun. Here's your little happy. But it's
awesome.
like she cannot not give a gift. You know those people? We do, and we happen to be some of them. We love to give gifts. That's just big for us.
So one of the huge benefit number 1 that we're going to talk about is that spenders are generous.
Yes.
If you sit on a board, you want board members that are spenders, because not only are they going to be generous, but they want to be generous with the resources that are coming into that particular nonprofit or church. So if you sit on a board, maybe you're in charge of the board, have them take the money personality assessment before they come on, because you probably want a few, maybe not all, but you definitely want some spenders on your board.
Absolutely. All right. The second one benefit is people that we love will feel very cared for. You know, like let's say that you are bringing in family members into your home and they're going to stay a week or whatever. Spenders are going to go at all extremes to make sure that that experience for the family is great, and they're willing to spend the money for it.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you've ever been over to somebody's house where they're not spenders, but you sit around all day, which is not bad for 1 or 2 days, but a week is not good. So spenders are really going to make people all around you feel very cared for.
You know, it was really interesting when Beth was going through her cancer time. We were just lavished with gifts. But there's this one family in our church, the name of the Grothies, and we love the Grothies.
Yes.
And I will never forget there's twin sisters, and they just showed up one day with this huge, like 2,000 piece Lego set that they bought and brought over.
For our
The
kids.
Grothies are spenders in that
Yes,
regard.
yes.
And they take care of people like no one I've ever seen.
Yes.
And they brought that Lego thing over. Could have I gone out and bought the Lego? Sure, I could have. But we felt so cared for as a family. Why? Because that kept my first grader and preschooler busy for 5 hours,
Yes.
which is really what I needed as a dad. And so what we felt so cared for them. And you know those spenders that you have in your life, because if you're sick, they're going to bring you over pizza. If you need help moving, they're the ones that not only are going to help moving, but they're probably going to bring lunch. So really, people that are spenders, we love, and we can speak into this, we love to care for our friends, and we love spending money to do it.
Absolutely, and aren't afraid to.
Nope.
I'm afraid. Okay, so what's the third one, honey?
The third one is we don't let money stop us. And that can be kind of dangerous, and I know some people think that could be a negative. We're not talking about like risk-taking opportunities. We'll talk about risk takers later. But what we're talking about here is if we see a need or we have an opportunity, we will spend the money. We will spend the money on the experience. I'll give you a perfect example. This weekend, Bethany and I went to Arizona, and we had meetings on Friday, and then we stayed at this really cool hotel in Scottsdale called the Princess, the Fairmont Princess. To spend the day in the spa, you had to spend $27.50 if you weren't receiving a treatment. Well, I wasn't receiving a treatment, but I went ahead and spent that $27.50 to enjoy all the amenities and to jacuzzi and steam and dry sauna at the resort. So for me, I wasn't going to let $27.50 stop me. However, I could have been in the jacuzzi outside, but it was only 40 degrees, so that's why I wasn't. We went ahead and spent that money. So what you're going to find...
And we made a wonderful memory.
We did. We had a blast.
Yeah.
So
That's a
money
great example.
does not stop spenders, especially when it comes to experiences, especially when it comes to their family.
That's right. So can we get some love for spenders? We absolutely love these people, and it's fun to be around them too. So if you have a spender in your life, be sure to celebrate them and tell them, maybe sometimes your spending bothers me, but these are some things that I really appreciate about you, because I'll tell you what, spenders are not celebrated in our society. That's for sure.
No, they're not.
They are not. So be sure to know your two money personalities, your primary and secondary. Go to themoneycouple.com. We also have incredible amount of resources to help you work through it and to be able to work through your differences if you're married. So thanks for joining us today, celebrating spenders. We're going to have 2 more days
We love you,
of
spenders.
that, and keep it up. And as always, make it happen.